Hey everybody, Film Rivers here. Just trying to go live. Give me a second. I want to try and find video. There we go. Okay, nobody out there yet. That's fine. I just want to talk about a couple things. Um, First, I want to go ahead and shout a couple channels out because I'll get that out of the way. Hey Kingpin, how you doing? Um, Shout out. I want to shout out Men in Training. It's a couple young guys down in Texas. They do a lot of camping stuff like that. Check them out. Hey Keith, how you doing? And the other one is Mjacksonian 1, I believe it is. That's how you say it. But they're both in the description down below. Go check them out. They each, I think both channels have less than 25 subscribers or supporters. So go check them out. If you're watching this on the rerun, check them out and tell them I sent you if you go over and subscribe to them. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, which about the only thing I really want to discuss tonight, is the Trump's slippery slope. He President Trump has decided to, when he signed the bill for the government funding, he also signed an emergency proclamation to get money for the border wall, which I have mixed opinions on that. It's like one thing, yeah, I like the idea of putting building the wall, putting the border wall up, and the other thing is that this sets a precedent for future presidents to do the same thing. And just like Pelosi said, what's going to stop them from having a Democratic president or a Democrat president in the future say, hey, it's a national emergency to uh, to stop the gun violence and come after all the guns. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I think it really is a slippery slope for for the president to do something like that, and it's it's not a good idea. And my big thing is, why didn't he do something like this 2 years ago when he had the Congress and the Senate, uh, both Republican, and why wasn't it done? He had 2 years to get it done. And I mean, they fiddle farted around with the Obamacare, which didn't make it any better. So I got to wonder about that. And the one thing they could have done, and they could have got the wall funding passed through Congress, through the Senate, and then signed. So I don't know why they didn't do that, but that's just my opinion. You know, I'm thinking of the future, and I'm thinking down the road here in 2 to 6 years or something, when there's a new president and new sitting president decides to take aim at other rights instead of trying to protect the country. He's saying this is a threat to national security or whatever, and decides to go ahead and do that. Ferrets with guns, how you doing? And that's what I'm saying. It's a slippery slope because you never know where it's going to lead to. So, anybody in the side chat out there got any opinions on it, go ahead, throw them out there. I don't have anybody else on here with me tonight. Keith says we need to re-elect Trump. Yeah, well, unfortunately for the nation, I don't see anything better coming along in the next 2 years. So, you know, I don't get me wrong, I'm a supporter of Trump. I like what he's doing. Some of the stuff I don't like. And Northeast PA gun talk, how you doing? He calls treason on the Dem idiots. And yeah, there's there's a lot of stuff I don't agree with the politicians, and the fact that, there's a lot of the stuff they do is illegal and they should be in jail. If it was us, we would be in jail, but that's another subject. I'm just saying is, why didn't they do anything to help the border wall 2 years ago? And I know there's a lot of feelings in the gun community that Trump hasn't helped the gun rights at all, and he's actually hurt them. And I think by doing this declaration, that he could also hurt us down the line even more. Cooking with James says, can't please everyone. That's true. You can't please everyone. And I don't expect to be 100% happy with somebody in office. I mean, that's crazy to think you're going to agree with them on everything. I'm just saying that the money for the wall could have been gotten 2 years ago. It's just my thoughts. Yeah. A lot of times I think when you're voting, you're picking a lesser of two evils, because there is no real third party out there yet, and I don't think there's going to be for a while. And anytime there's a third party candidate, it just detracts from somebody. Hey Josh, how you doing? Not a whole lot yet. I did a couple shout outs earlier, and we're talking about Trump's slippery slope. I'm gonna move over here to the box. I'm gonna send out the email. But yeah, I said Trump may have set us up for a future president to do exactly what Pelosi said, and that is to, a future president could say, "Hey, there's a national emergency. We need to ban guns," and they start coming after all the guns. Yeah, yeah. The side chats. Yeah, Trump may have made. I think he has made some bad decisions, and yeah, I can agree with Northeast PA gun talk that at least we knew she was the enemy, because that was true. Hey Jet, how you doing? Yeah, I just was kind of upset with the fact that Trump signed that, and I think that we really should have got money for the wall 2 years ago. Is what I was saying. How you doing, Josh?
How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm good. Glad to see you tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the side chat. I just tuned in, so what are we talking about here?
Basically, I'm talking about the Trump signing the, I don't know, executive emergency order for the
Oh
border
yeah,
wall, and I think that's a really a slippery slope, because you know in the future we get a different president in there. Who knows what's going to go through with the same idea, you know. So
yeah. Well, they've. I mean, I think what we've had about 60 executive orders since that's become a legal thing. Since that's become passed that
popular.
you can do that. I'm trying
Yeah.
to pull up the side chat right now. Sorry. Yeah, but there's been so many executive orders that have already happened. So I mean, it's not like he's doing something out of the ordinary.
No.
What pisses me off is him signing through that. Let me mute this stupid TV. Okay. What pisses me off is that how is he going to sign all that crap that they put through 1,200 pages?
Uh,
And they haven't put that out. It hasn't even been a week. It's maybe been a few days since they released that.
yeah.
And all those people, all, all the Republicans that voted that through and everything, and then he signed it through. I mean, there's so much crap in there. Something about if you sponsor if you sponsor a child, then they automatically give you amnesty.
Oh,
So you don't even have to be the father of the child or anything. You could basically be uh, one of those sex slave people,
right.
whatever that brings children over and sponsor the child that you're selling for as a sex slave, and basically you get amnesty through that
Yeah.
bill, from what I'm seeing. But it's
Yeah.
1,200 pages. I mean, you're the Bible is 1,200 pages. Who do you know that's read the Bible in 3 days?
Yeah. Uh,
And they
you're hard.
signed it through.
Yeah, you're hard pressed to find people that read 1,200 pages in a year. You know, but
It's ridiculous.
yeah, it's we got the gunpowder beauty out there. Oh, Josh was talking about the bill that was signed for the to keep the government funded. It's 1,200 pages of it. So, but yeah, we're talking tonight about the slippery slope of signing the emergency declaration to get money for the wall. Night Strike One, how you doing? But yeah, it's to me it's a slippery slope signing that, and people are signing bills into laws that they haven't read, and it's going to come back to bite us in the ass. So that's just my thoughts on it, and the fact that if Trump does this, who's to say the next president after him isn't going to do something else, and it's going to jeopardize the the guns or the freedoms of gun rights everywhere. You know.
Well, that's what Nancy Pelosi was saying, that,
Yeah.
oh, well, she was trying to threaten that, oh, well, maybe our next president that's a Democrat will come back with an
Right.
executive order to ban guns because of, the gun violence, or the school shootings.
Yep.
Yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of the
Yeah. The
Florida.
Florida Parkland.
But but an executive order can't override a right. I mean, so it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense what she's saying. I mean, what he's doing, he's probably going to get it passed through. I mean,
Yeah.
he's going to go
But
through some bullshit on the way,
oh
but
yeah.
eventually it's going to go to the Supreme Court, and he's probably going to have it passed through. But she's not going to get that passed through, especially on a Supreme Court that has a majority of conservatives that are hopefully probably 2A. Another president, they're not going to be able to do that so long as we control the Supreme Court. They wouldn't be able to pull that off. It would get overridden. I would think.
Yeah.
But
You would hope anyway.
yeah.
And we got AOK Foraging and Adventures out there. Captain Shark. Pro Carry Trucker. I'm trying to keep up with the side chat too, guys. Uh, Constitution. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just afraid of the precedent it's going to set. Pro Carry Trucker saying you can't uh, sign away or no. Captain Shark was saying you can't sign an emergency against the Constitution of the United States, which I agree with, but doesn't mean they won't try. So, but yeah, it's I I I feel it's a slippery slope, and my biggest question is why didn't they do it 2 years ago to get the funding for the wall whenever they had the House and the Senate and the majority there. So, but I also, if you look in the links down below, there's a couple channels that are really small, and I want to give them shout outs again. Men in Training and Mjacksonian 1. And if you check them out, just let them know that I sent you.
Yeah, Men in Training, that's Preston and Jimmy.
Yeah, a couple
Preston
guys down
Scott
your
and
way.
yes,
Yeah,
Preston Scott, and Jimmy is from, he changed his channel name.
yeah, it
It
was. Uh, oh, jeez. Now I can't even think of what it was. But yeah, I know he changed his channel name, but they got a channel together and they do similar stuff
Yeah.
as they did on their regular channels, but it's a kind of a co-op. So Captain Shark asks, "Has anybody seen Justice Ginsburg?" No, I have not. I heard something about it on the news, but
Yeah.
hey, Will from Just
She
in Time.
she
Yeah, I
just
heard.
recovered.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying they just showed she just returned. Um, but they said they don't know if she'll be at the bench, so
Yeah,
whatever the hell that means.
yeah, I heard she didn't look good. So, but she didn't look good before she got ill or whatever.
She hasn't looked good for 20 years now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
AOK got a good comment out there about the wall. Thing was funded during a Democrat in charge, and they squandered our money. Now they want to blow smoke and try to make us forget. Yeah. So that's the thing. I think the politicians as a whole, it doesn't matter whether it's Democrat or Republican, they kind of uh, use our money for whatever, and the stuff it's supposed to be for doesn't get done, and somebody's pockets getting lined somewhere along the way because I think it's just a, a complete mess with Washington, and that's one thing I was hoping was the big promise was to drain the swamp, and I don't see it happening. And I think once you get in there, you realize how deep the cesspool is, and it's really hard to do anything. So
yeah, it
not
kind of
that they're
makes me
not trying to.
wonder.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me wonder. I'd always tell every time I would go vote, my grandpa would tell me, he's like, you went to vote? Do you believe in the tooth fairy and Santa Claus too?
Well, I look at it like this. Anytime I vote, it gives me the right to bitch. Because if you don't
Yeah.
vote, you don't get a right to bitch. So that's why I go vote. And I have hopes that my vote does do something. Hey, we got the gun snob out there in the side chat too. But yeah, it's if you don't vote, then you really have no right to bitch and complain about it or what's going on. So that's your fault for not voting. So you have a chance. There's the four boxes. So that's one of them, and that's the one you got to start with. So yeah, I just wanted to touch base on that, and I was hoping we get a couple more guys in here on the chat, but I don't see anybody coming in. So, but I wanted to shout out those channels. If you haven't heard yet, Men in Training and Mjacksonian 1. They are a couple small channels. Go tell them hi from me. And we got Rodder 204 out there. How you doing? But you got anything else you want to say, Josh?
Oh, not much. I just jumping in, just seeing what's going on. I'm just
Yeah.
recovering from the flu, so I can hardly even talk anyway. So
Yeah, you sound bad.
yeah, yesterday I jumped to 102 fever
Oh,
and but yeah, luckily the fever broke. I woke up drenched in sweat and I felt better and I could finally. I didn't eat for like 36 hours, I think, because I
wow.
just was completely just couldn't couldn't even think about eating. But anyways, enough about that crap.
Yeah, cause yeah, I hope anybody watching this on the reruns, leave a comment in the comments down below and give us your opinions on this. I know somebody, I think it was Night Strike, said it was too too long to type. But yeah, Night Strike, I'm gonna get running here because it's getting late for me, and I just wanted to get on here real quick. Didn't want to make it too long. But I thank everybody for watching. And Josh, thank you for coming in and jumping on board. And
Thanks for having me, man.
yeah, and we'll hopefully I'll see you Sunday. I hope to be on that chat if you're on there. So, but yeah, go ahead and give yourself a plug before we take off here.
What do you mean?
Well, just
I don't plug. I don't do
anybody that
plugs.
doesn't know who you are. Anybody doesn't know who you are. Just
Yeah. No. If they find me, they find me. I'm
all
not trying to
righty.
plug myself. I don't care.
Well, it's good having you. I like talking with you, and
Yeah, I just wanted to come hang out with you.
you got some good videos out there for anybody that doesn't know him. Go find Josh Benware channel, and
I appreciate that, man.
got some good videos. So y'all have a good one. Until we meet again.